Hello, my name's Ken Corish. I'm Online Safety Manager here at Southwest Grid for Learning. In July 2015, Ofsted released significant changes to the inspection framework. Due to come into force in September 2015, I thought I'd take the opportunity to look at some of the significant changes that have happened in that documentation, in particular around online safety. The major changes happen across these three sets of documents, so the safeguarding framework, the school inspection guidance and handbook for inspectors, and also the common inspection framework. And there are some real sharp references, much broader references to online safety. The first being that e-safety and cyberbullying, which were phrases in the previous schedules, have actually now been rephrased as online safety and online bullying. For us here at the UK Safer Internet Centre, that describes a wider range of technologies. It certainly moves the phrasing of these things on from the use of the epithets e and cyber, and certainly covers a wider range, certainly of broadcast services rather than just the internet. Also too, I've pulled out this particular paragraph here on page 6 in section 10, which directly refers to, amongst other things, sexting. This, we think, is an important reference to a school's responsibility beyond their own geography and beyond their own school timetable for incidents that happen beyond the school that impact on the safety and well-being of a child too. There are direct references too around radicalisation and extremism, around safeguarding, and the role of leadership in being able to shape those things and drive those things as part of a school's wider safeguarding commitment. And that leadership also include governors and their understanding of their own accountabilities as regards technology and safeguarding too. And there's a direct mention too of early years who have peculiar vulnerabilities, particularly in terms of their use of video and digital imaging technologies and how they apply those to things like learning journeys and how they operate safely around those too. There are direct references too here around leadership, so staff leaders and managers understanding the risks posed by adults, young people who use the internet to bully, groom and abuse. And also there's a direct reference to the staff use of social media too. And how monitoring those or staff's own use of social media can impact too on not only young people's vulnerabilities but their own too. It also mentions very clearly about a school having very clear strategies for intervention and education. In particular, you know, we've talked about this before, the role of education in building resilience in children and young people to keep themselves safe. And that needs something that is direct, has scope and progression, and is something, as we said before, that is more than just doing something on Safer Internet Day or the odd assembly here and there. One really interesting area too is that inspectors are encouraged to ask questions of school users, in particular around online safety. They're looking for the same sorts of answers around questions like what happens when an incident happens. They're looking for congruence and consistency from school leadership team, from governors, from staff, but more particularly from students. And you know, recent research has indicated there is a real gap in what school leaders think happens in terms of online safety in their school, as opposed to what young people think happens in terms of online safety. We also too see quite a significant paragraph in that inspectors are encouraged to look beyond just the school website and perhaps parent view to build up a much broader contextual picture of what's happening around a school. So in terms of looking at social media chatter, looking at conversations about the school online, looking for how technology is providing a platform not only for school engagement but for parents to engage directly with the school and make comments around the school. There's a lot more detail around this over the, you know, if you want to go and have a look at stuff like policies on our site, there's the web address around radicalisation and extremism. There is another Bost video that goes into a lot more detail, the fact that that's mentioned in the Ofsted report. Thank you.
Bravo.
Let's go, another one done.